Liquid AI released a small model on August 4th called LFM2.5-2.6 billion, and the number that made me stop scrolling was 220 tokens per second on a laptop CPU while sitting under 2.5 gigabytes of memory. That combination usually doesn't exist. Small local models are normally either fast and dumb or decent and slow enough that you go make coffee while they think. I've been running this one on my machine for a bit, and the interesting part isn't that it's small, it's what they trained it to do. 2.6 billion parameters total, 30 layers, and the architecture is a hybrid, so 22 of those layers are short convolution blocks and only 8 are attention. That's why it's quick on a CPU. Attention gets expensive as your context grows, convolution doesn't in the same way. Context window is 128,000 tokens. Vocabulary is 128,000, and the pre-training budget was around 34 trillion tokens, which is a lot for a model this size. 16 languages are supported, including Arabic, Hindi, Thai, Japanese, and Korean, and they got there by extending the existing tokenizer instead of retraining from scratch. The part I care about more is the post-training, because that's where they made a choice most labs don't make. There are 4 stages after the base model. First is supervised fine-tuning in 2 rounds, one broad and one narrowed onto tool use, web search, software engineering, and agent traces. Then they train separate expert models, one per domain, each pushed hard, with reinforcement learning on verifiable rewards. Then they distill all those experts back into one student model, but the student generates its own answers and the matching expert grades it token by token. Then the last stage, which is the one worth understanding. They dropped the model into real agent harnesses and trained it there. Not a simulation of tool calling, not a synthetic dataset of fake function calls. Actual harnesses, Hermes agent and OpenClaw among them, each roll out in its own sandbox, and the reward is based on whether the task actually got finished. They used a mix of an LLM judge, programmatic checks, and a hard safety gate. So the model saw those real system prompts, those real tool schemas, those real interaction patterns during training. That's why it behaves sanely when you plug it into an agent loop instead of falling apart on the 3rd tool call, which is where most small models die. Numbers from their benchmark table, and I'll be upfront, these are Liquid's own evaluations against a lineup they picked. On instruction, following it leads everything they compared against. IF bench 59.17. Against 34.08 for Gemma 4 E2B and 48.40 for Quinn 3.54B. Multi-IF 80.07, while the 9 billion Quinn sits at 62.55. IF struct 85.49 against 36.25 for Quinn 3.54B, which is a strange gap on tool use, tool sandbox 77.83, ahead of both Quinn models. BFCL version 4 is 56.88, and that's the one place it loses on tools to Quinn 3.59B at 60.13. A model roughly 4 times the size. Hallucination is where the result got genuinely interesting to me. On the AA Omni Science public test, the non-hallucination rate is 59.04. The Quinn 9B model scores 8.84 on that same measure. Raw accuracy actually favors Quinn, 21.30 against 8.13, so the bigger model knows more facts. But when this one doesn't know something, it tends to say so instead of inventing an answer. For agent work, that trade is the right way round. A worker agent that confidently makes up a file path or a customer ID costs you more than one that stops and asks. Coding is the clear weak spot, and Liquid says so themselves. Live Codebench version 6 comes in at 59.41, while QN 3.59B hits 69.86. Their own recommendation is to skip this model for agentic coding and knowledge-heavy work. Math holds up better than I expected. AIM25 at 51.87, only a few points behind the 9B. So the honest read is that this is a doer, not a thinker. You give it a defined job with tools attached and it executes. You don't hand it your code base. The economics are the actual story here, not the benchmarks. When inference costs nothing per token, you stop rationing it. Right now, most people building agents are quietly careful. They trim context, they cut retries, they think twice before running something on 10,000 rows. With a local worker, you can run 20 agents in parallel overnight, let them retry 5 times each, burn millions of tokens, and the bill doesn't move. That's a different design space. Background jobs that were never worth writing suddenly become worth writing. Running it is straightforward. There are 4 packaged formats. The native one for transformers, V, LLM, and SGLang. A GGUF build for llama.cpp and anything built on it. An MLX build for Apple Silicon, and an ONNX build for cross-platform. So LM Studio, Llama, Jan, all of those work, and there are already around 50 community quantizations up. The download counter on Hugging Face sits near 90,000 for the month, which for a 2.6 billion parameter model from a smaller lab is decent traction. Sampling settings matter more than usual with this one. Liquid recommends temperature 0.1, top K50, and repetition penalty 1.1. Small models drift badly at high temperature, and this one is meant to be predictable, not creative, so leave it low. There's also a detail in the model card that surprised me. It's a pure reasoning model. It always thinks before answering, and the think tag is baked directly into the chat template. You don't toggle it. Budget for those extra tokens in your latency math. Tool calling by default is Pythonic, meaning it writes a Python-style list of calls, wrapped between 2 special tokens. If your stack expects JSON, you can just ask for it in the system prompt, and it complies. On SGLang, you pass a tool call parser flag set to LFM2, and it handles the format for you. The whole flow is the normal 4 steps. You list your tools in the system prompt, it emits a call, you execute it, and hand the result back with the tool role, and it writes the plain answer. Wiring it into an agent takes 2 moves. Serve the model behind an OpenAI-compatible endpoint, then point your harness at that endpoint. That's it. It works out of the box with Hermes Agent, OpenClaw, and Pi, because those are the same environments it was trained inside. There's also a browser demo on Hugging Face running through WebGPU, a research agent that does the whole loop client-side with zero setup, which is a fair way to test the behavior before you install anything. The base checkpoint is published separately, and that's the piece I'd point at if you have a narrow, repetitive task. Fine-tuning a 2.6 billion parameter model is cheap now. There are ready Colab notebooks for continued pre-training with Unsloth, supervised fine-tuning with LORA, DPO, and GRPO through TRL. A specialized 2.6 billion that handles your invoice format or your ticket triage will beat a general frontier model on that one job, and it'll run on hardware you already own. Weights are open under Liquid's LFM 1.0 license. Where I'd actually deploy this, based on what it's good and bad at, is document extraction, pulling structured fields out of forms and receipts, RAG over local notes, classifying and routing incoming messages, and any workflow that repeats the same 6 steps 1,000 times. Also, anywhere the data can't leave, which covers a lot of healthcare, legal, and finance work in the US and UK. There's an embedded angle too. Liquid targets vehicles, robots, and small boards, and 2.5 gigabytes fits places a cloud call simply cannot reach. My honest take after using it is that the ceiling is low and the floor is high. It won't impress you on a hard one-off question. It will surprise you by doing the same boring job correctly 200 times without wandering off, which is the thing small local models have historically been terrible at. Pair it with a frontier model doing the planning, hand it the repetitive execution, and you get most of the quality at a fraction of the spend. That split is now practical in a way it wasn't 6 months ago, and that's the shift worth paying attention to. Alright, so that's it from the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.